Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. This is Wake Up West Coast. It's lunchtime. So I'm your host, Leland Best, coming to you from BCBLive here in my studio in Corunna, Michigan, along the Shiawassee River. I'm just going to tone down the audio here for just a second so we can get back to the basics. But I want to welcome everybody to the broadcast. This is the place where we come to Monday at noon to kind of let the West Coast know that we've already been going at things for the last few hours, that this is Monday morning. This is the start of the business week. So we like to just come out here, do a little bit of networking, hang out with people, have coffee, lunch, donuts, whatever you want. Feel free to bring your snacks with you because that's what this is all about. It's simply a networking program. It's not about coming here and trying to sell you anything. Every now and then I may have a special guest, which is the case today. So I'm kind of excited about that. I'm going to be bringing in someone that I met recently from India. And this gentleman happens to be well known in the cyber security circles. He was the youngest cyber criminal investigator ever to be brought into places like Interpol and the CBI, which is India's version of the FBI that we have here in the U.S. So hopefully he'll be here early enough that we can get some time to spend with him and ask him about his journey. He's an entrepreneur, a young gentleman in his earlier 20s, honestly, who started this based on the fact that his Facebook account got hacked. So he's self-taught. He became a millionaire in the process, and now, thanks to that, he's come up with this just awesome way to live his life. And I want to get him out here and let him talk about it. So besides that, that's all we've got for today. Come out here every Monday. I almost swapped that wrong. I have a show on Wednesday. We have this show on Monday, 12 noon Eastern, New York time. So come on out and be part of the conversation. I'm going to open up the seats. We had one going on just before everyone showed up. So I want to get back to that conversation that was started with Barb Tomlin and Charlene Burke. So I'm going to open those seats up. Ladies, please come on back in the show so that we can continue that conversation that we started a minute ago. And we'll move on from there. And Charlene, I believe you had the mic, so take it away. You were ready to go.
Well, I did, and I wanted to share with Barb that a friend of mine owns Parkinson's Partners, and what she does is, because of her expertise, having been a caregiver with a Parkinson's disease sufferer for well over 10 years, and a teacher at heart, and a one who values having the right skills, she's developed her own patient advocacy business. Well, through her and through someone else who was really, really big into supporting caregivers, that's where I learned just how tough it is, Barb. My heart goes out to you, hugs to you. It is a 24/7 job. It is that person that you're caring for becomes your focus of 100%. And it can be extremely difficult if you don't have any type of group or support or these people, right? Just people that you can turn to that can relieve the stress. So that's really where I wanted to share that I get it.
And just to highlight real quick, Barb, so that everyone knows what we're talking about here, is Barb mentioned the fact that a good close friend, a live-in friend partner of hers is suffering from cancer right now, and she's the caretaker. My wife knows that story all too well because she is a widower, or a widow, I should say, from a cancer patient that she had to take care of all of her life, her own husband. So that is a very pressure-filled situation to be in. So we understand where you're coming from.
Well, thank you. I just... you two people, of course, are very important to me because you know what the history over the last 3 years. But the person in question is actually my retired business partner, whom my family he had no family left at the time he came into our life story, and so we adopted him into our family. So when his health took a turn for the worse, he's had 2 heart surgeries, and he had 2 stents put in the last 2 months, I think. But he has became a full, he's a family member. And so in these since we all met on Blab, in these years of our journey together, I have a condo away from home that I go to do all my writing and creative work and stuff. And he's a resident with me here. He's at the other end of the condo. But when you have them 24 hours a day, when you get up in the morning, I think, because of my own cancer journey, it's like every day I'm like, I'm still here. And I'm so grateful to just get up and be breathing for myself. But when you've got someone else going through the journey, silence is the scariest thing there is, because the first thought, and I'll just let it roll, is he still with us?
Yeah.
And then
check the breathing.
What the next step is, if not, because you live in denial whether or not you want to accept it or not. Because
that's what my husband went through as he was taking care of me through a chronic illness and through cancer. And he was hesitant to say it until he realized that when Mom said it, well, she's still breathing. He said, well, yeah, I check every morning. She says, well, then you're all right. That's how we work, right? So watching him and the stress on him was very, very difficult to watch. But I understand what you're talking about, is that there's things that you listen for because you know to listen for them.
Exactly. And watching, I have a corgi, and she's been part of the story since he came. I mean, he was the one who actually picked her out for us, for the family. And so, but the bottom line is, as life twisted and turned, she became his best friend. And so she's going blind, and and the two of them are inseparable. And so when she is worried, she's the one that comes and gets me. Like if he's not making any sound, she's the one who gets upset and comes in and does woof woof. Exactly. And when I was going through the cancer, I mean, he has photographs of the hospital scenes, the days, because I was in. With my cancer journey, I was in over 6 weeks on the first go round, and so he was there all the waking moments of the day with her. They allowed my corgi to be in the room with him, and so he has many pictures of the two of them being so concerned. And it's like payback is really a bitch. I'm sorry.
I was waiting for it, because that's what it did. Really?
I guarantee you.
I get it. I got it, right? Don't give me any more.
So I have many, many talks with God, and I do go direct. I'm a CEO, and that's the way I operate.
Messing around. Pick up the blue phone instead of the red phone.
It's like,
okay. I think the big guy can handle anything you throw at him.
Well, it has changed his personality for the better. So
it went the other way with my wife's former husband. It went the other way. He became quite crotchety and cranky during the process.
Oh, wow.
But the sad part for her was that the doctor keep the fact that he was dying of pancreatic cancer, that he had very short time left. They didn't want to upset him and stuff. And Jenna was like, no, he's going to know he's going to be dying. I don't want him to ever believe some falsehood about what's going on with his life. We have to tell him. I mean, it's that simple. So they went through the process, but he was pretty strung out through most of it. It was a pretty rough experience for both of them. So I wasn't there at the time, so obviously I didn't know the story, but I hear it, and I hear just the amount of compassion my wife had for her husband at the time was amazing, even in light of the fact that he would rage at her at times and just, lose it, and just didn't treat her with as much respect as he probably should have. She was still there by his bedside every moment of that process, just so that he could leave this world comfortably, was what it was all about for her. I have to commend you on that. It's hard work.
Yeah. Well, she knows. For
sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking for Guadam, so give me a second. I'm going to disappear for a second if you guys want to talk. If there's anyone else that wants to jump into the broadcast, please feel free to share this out if you could. I would appreciate if you do so, because that's how we get people in here to talk about it.
So, Leland, on my screen, it's showing that he's in the other box. Can you not see him there?
Yeah, but I'm just
Is he
seeing the
in
black.
oh, he's calling me. Hold on a second. Something happened. He just called me.
Something's wrong with his setup, I'll bet.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see
That
what's
was
up. You see him in the box next? Oh, there he is. I see him. Okay, I didn't even see it. Hold on, Guadam. We'll figure you out here. One thing you can do, Guadam, since he should know how to do this, go up to that little hamburger patty menu at the top where you can find your camera and audio settings and simply make sure that it's grabbing whichever camera you have connected. If you're on a cell, you will be able to see the chat unless you swipe right. But let me call him real quick and see if we can take care of this on the phone too. All right, hold on a second. I'm going to mute myself for just a minute, folks. Ladies.
So in the meantime, we have Leland from Michigan. I'm from Southern Indiana near Louisville, Kentucky. Barb are you on the West Coast, Barb? Northwest?
I'm in Central Oregon right now because I didn't get to go home for the holidays. Yeah, because I'm actually from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So yeah. How are you currently being affected by the fires? Out of California, and you've been muted. Who muted you?
I have another. I'm sorry, Barb. I didn't mean to mute you. I was trying to do something. Can you unmute yourself or no? I don't think she can. You'll have to hop out and jump back in. Okay, so Guadam, I just need you to.
Yep, she's still muted. I don't think I am. Oh no, do I have the whole show to myself? Oh no, watch out.
Can you hear me now?
I can, Barb.
Okay, so what happened is I could not unmute myself at all. It was just, there was absolutely no interaction whatsoever.
And that's probably because the host muted you. We'll go with that, right?
So, okay, so now on my right side, I see on the ready to mingle.
Hold on, Nazim. I'm trying to get my guest in here.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Barb.
So, hi, Nazim. So on the right side, as I'm facing my screen, I see people I know on this side, and John Preto is here. And so the left side is just the messages, correct?
Correct. That's what I have.
Okay.
Nazim, I'm trying to get my guest in here. I'm kicking you out so that I can get him.
Well, I'll leave.
Bye, Nazim. Well, Barb, so about those fires out from California, are you getting the smoke?
Yeah, definitely. We have if you go to AccuWeather, you'll see there's air quality stuff in effect from fires.
Okay. And you're doing okay? Because I know you have respiratory issues.
No, but I'm doing. Is what it is. So yeah, that's part of the drama too. But I'm still very grateful to be here. It's and I still believe in miracles. So I mean, even
of course. How can we not?
Yeah. I know them to be true.
Okay, can we get audio from Guadam yet? Let's see if we can hear him. Can we hear you, Guadam? Test. We can't hear anybody, can we?
So you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you guys just fine. I'm just trying to get him. He can come in. Oh, it looks like he can. Oh, that's why. Because he was on Facebook. Okay. I thought he was calling me on my phone number. He was calling me on Facebook.
Oh.
That's how it goes. Okay. All right. We're going to see if he can get his mic to work here, but I apologize for the little technical difficulties here.
Oh,
he's coming in from
these kind of platforms.
Yeah.
Learning.
He's coming in from India on his iPad, so hopefully things will go well for him.
Now, you said he was teaching a course on Udemy. Today is the last, Cyber Monday. I already,
yes.
My shopping cart has courses in them, so
let me go grab that course. Yep, it's right here, Barbara. I'm going to leave that course at Udemy right here in the chat so you guys can find it. It's on sale right now for $99.99. It's normally a $199 course that he does. So today, like she said, is the last day for this cybersecurity course. So
let me go over and check that out.
We're still trying to get Guadam, just try that hamburger menu patty up there and switch to your defaults if you have to. I'm not sure that there's a default setting.
Is this his first course on Udemy?
I believe it is. Yeah. Hold on a second. Okay, I got him in.
Good.
Hello, Guadam. Is it giving you problems?
Actually, I was inside the room, but I am able to see your photo over there.
You can't see us, huh? There must be a firewall issue then. He's probably so firewalled in. I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring you into my caller setup, and you're going to come into my square. So go ahead and drop that for now, and I'm going to share you on my screen. Just give me a second. Okay. Go ahead and hang up. I'm going to call you. I'm going to leave you a link in the IM. All right, folks, we're going to have to bring him in on my side rather than through this side. For some reason, something's blocking both his audio and his video over there. So I'm just going to go this route. It happens. So did you guys get that link? Did it work?
Yeah.
It worked.
Okay. Okay, good.
Adding it to the cart.
Yeah, I need to, because I have free course in there too. I need to, expires at 11:59 p.m. So that means at noon, before noon. So I got to get this done before I take off to the hospital. So.
Okay, just going to get a caller here.
Stephen Healey and our friends Stephen Healey and RJ Redden have a new course on bots on Udemy, and I finished it. They just launched it, and I finished it. And there's a bug in the course, and it won't render my certificate.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
and I use the certificates for marketing, you know. So.
Okay, I
Well,
just sent him a
I'm
link to get him to call him.
buying his course, so hang tight, people.
Yeah, right.
You get.
I'm going to be doing it this way. I'm going to bring him in this way this time. I should be able to fit him in here like this. This is how you work on the fly when stuff doesn't work. By the way, if you're watching out on YouTube or on Facebook, feel free to leave a comment. I can bring them into the broadcast. So if you have any questions for Guadam once we get them out here on the show, just let us know in the comment section, and we'll try to bring them into the broadcast.
So could you refresh me real quick, Leland? This simulcast to YouTube and Facebook, and it can do that legitimately because it's doing the RTMP? Or is that what it is, or what?
That is correct. Yeah, you have to set it all up through RTMP URLs and stream keys. If you use a consistent one, it's much easier because then you can save it. Okay, we got him. Here we go. Hold on one second, everyone, while I get Guadam on stage. I do appreciate you coming, Guadam. This is how I should be able to hear you. Can we hear you? All right. Can everybody hear? Can everyone there hear Guadam?
No.
No.
Okay, hold on one second, Guadam. I got to send out your audio to everyone else, so just hold on a second. I got to make sure I cover you here. It's one of the only problems with some of this stuff.
Is anybody else getting static in their audio? Is that just me?
Yeah, I was getting some from you. I did.
Little.
All right, are you guys getting feedback of your own conversations
Yep,
right now? Did you say yes?
Yes, I have feedback. Now I don't.
Wow. No, it's because I turned it off. I just got to be able to get Guadam's audio back over to you guys. So hold on one second. All right. This is the worst part of it all usually, is getting everything. He came in a way I didn't expect to bring him in. So just hold on a second. I'm surprised you guys can't hear him. Speak again, Guadam. Give me one more test here, please. Nothing from anybody? You guys aren't hearing that, is what you're saying. I'm not getting anything.
Correct.
From them.
I'm not hearing anything.
Okay. I'm going to put him through headphones, and I'm going to send him through here. So I'll have you in just a second. I just have to change his audio source. I have to restart real quick, Guadam. That's the only way I'm going to be able to bring you in. You should still be here, but if you go away, just jump back into that same link we had a second ago. I'll be right back, people.
So the host can leave and the broadcast will stay active, Charlene?
I haven't actually left.
Yeah, that's the thing. He hasn't. He just disappears from our view, but he doesn't really leave.
Oh, I see.
I didn't leave the window. Now he's going to have to come back and call back in on that feed because.
And I have to tell you all now, I don't know what's up with Udemy, but it could be that I purchased his course 3 times. So.
Uh-oh. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's Udemy.
He's back.
So
now let me just do one other thing. Okay. Guadam, give me a test.
No.
Okay, you should be able to hear mine now.
Well, I can hear
me,
you.
Gladym? Test 1, test 2. Gladym, you're not hearing me? Doggone it. This is a bite me.
This is where universal sign language really comes in handy. Like, hey, you know.
Right? Hold on.
And now we're
know
going
what happened.
in search of, right?
I don't know why you can't hear me, Gladym. This is so strange. All right, we're just going to have to try this again. Oh. All right, hold on, Gladym. Can you still hear me? He can hear me now. Can you guys hear him?
We can hear you.
I cannot
hear me,
hear
but you
him.
can't hear him.
Correct.
That does not make any sense.
Well,
haven't
whether it makes
blasted
sense
out.
or not, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, but I've never had this problem with this setup. Gladym, how about now?
Is this the first time you've had somebody coming in on an iPad or a tablet?
No.
Okay.
I can't help this, Gladym. Now that you have the camera working, though, I'll tell you what. Go back to the room, jump into that seat again, and see if it won't correct the camera issue that you had. If it doesn't, it's a firewall problem. And I'm going to have to interview you on my own outside of this because it doesn't seem to connect to India too well. All right, he's going to try that. I'm going to close this so that you go away. All right, he's going to come back in. I just hate it when that happens. It's the worst.
But again, it's the wonders of technology today. I mean, really, you can't gripe too much. It wasn't that long ago when just having a long distance that didn't cost you an arm and a leg was awesome, right?
Totally agree.
Oops, that's
All
not Gladym.
Yep, here we go. Come on, Gladym. I just think he's got to find the right camera and mic on the settings up above, Gladym, and you have to default.
If I recall correctly, on using other systems like Zoom and Blab and BCBLive, when it came to tablets, not necessarily just the iPad, but tablets, some of the tools aren't as easily accessible as they are on laptop or phone.
Yeah, I know, and that's what's bothering me. So, and with me, I'm hearing him just fine in vMix, and I'm pumping out the signal to a headphone out, which is literally my auxiliary feed, which should have been. Let me try one other thing, but his audio wasn't that great. Well, his audio was breaking up pretty bad too, so.
Maybe there's not. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm going to have one more here. Well, this is messing up my show. I'll tell you that right now.
No, it's not real. This is the real, authentic view of having a live program, right? Utilizing today's technology. It doesn't get more real than this.
No, that's true. I totally agree. You got me there for sure. All right. I'm going to try to send him this one. Maybe it's just the call manager. Because with Quantum, we cannot hear you. You're there. We see you. We see your black square. And he says he could see us originally. Preston got blabjack before. Yeah, there's no blabjacking going on. There's just no jacking of anything going on right now. All right, he's calling me. Hold on.
All right, Preston, leave the blabjacking back in the day.
Right, I'm going to leave them behind.
It was back in the day. There's more things in place today. And this is another way to say hello to the West Coast. Wake up, people. We've been awake and able to take care of these tech stuff.
I think I'm going to bail out and get myself ready to get to do my duty for today. But it's great to see all of you. I hope you had an awesome holiday week.
Oh, it was good for me. I'm so glad you stopped by. As you said, we haven't touched base in a while. So I'm glad to know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I'm also testing a new product that's out there, that StreamYard. Have you guys started? I put that in my group. So in the BCBLive group about StreamYard. And one of the young developers actually went to school here in Oregon. And they're too young, 23 and 24, I think. But very comparable to BCBLive. Anyhow, I gotta go. So y'all have a good one. Take care.
Thank you. You too. Big hugs to you. Take care of yourself. And here we are.
Charlene's running the show over here. How's it feel to be taken over?
So if somebody wants to jump in, who wants to grab the spot?
She's over there.
Charlene, who's filling in for Leland at the moment.
That's right. I have my guest on phone in India. We're trying to bring him in. He's on the screen right here, but we're not getting camera.
It's wonderful that you can converse with him, but we are missing out on the good stuff. You know?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to just bring him in here. Go on. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you in so that people can at least hear you. And we'll just do that through a simple phone call through Skype. Do you have a Skype account?
Yeah.
Oh, we could do a peer. Yeah, I can bring a peer in. We can do that. You can.
Yeah,
all right. Meet me at a peerin / Leland Best, and that'll be okay. And
so how many convolutions do we have going right now, Leland? We have get local.
You don't want to know.
Next.
It's a lot. Okay, we're gonna get him in. I'm gonna let you go for now, Guam, until I see you in a peer. All right, I think he's going. We'll see you in a second here. I just love it when things like this happen. Not.
It's reminiscent of back in the day, right? In the 50s when live television was just happening.
Yeah.
And the goofy stuff happened.
I can only imagine what they must have went through. Well, when we were doing it, when we were doing it in the 80s, it was with equipment from like the late 60s. So we had those big, huge cameras with the 3 lenses on them and stuff. All right, let's see what I got here. I think I got them coming in. Hello, Gua. All right, now let me hang up this. I'm going to turn off my camera here for a second. Well, wait. Let me make sure I'm getting them. Hold on. I got to make sure I'm getting everybody with audio here. So I got to change one thing on my audio on the other setup. So hold on a second. I have to go with my auxiliary output. Okay, whoops, wrong one. This is the lovely stuff. I'll tell you guys all about what I'm doing when I'm done here.
Yeah.
Okay, Guadam, give me some conversation. Say something.
Yeah, hi, Leland.
Can you hear him?
Yes, I can hear him.
All right. Now I'm going to bring him in. Just hold on a second because I can do this as well. I just need to get a screen share here of the other screen. And I'm going to bring Guadam in as just himself. I'm going to turn my camera off here, Guadam, so that you can't see me, but you will be able to participate with. Well, no, you know what? I'll do it that way. This will be perfect. This is what I love about this stuff. Okay, we're going to probably squeeze into the screen. I'm going to be one that's kind of off camera. So, Guadam, I'm just going to keep you here, and I'm going to be the face on screen. But watch this. This is where I get really cool about it.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to bring myself in here. Okay. This is technology at its best. And now I'm going to slide myself over into the window. Check me out. There we go. Now we're here. Okay. Guadam, I know you can't see the other people that are on the screen, and I wish you could, but we're just going to go through this because they can see you, and we may have some people asking you some questions. I may be able to bring them in for you as well because I can turn my camera on over here, and I may be able to bring the people in so that you can say hello. What I'm basically doing is sharing this out to them so that they can see you on screen. So you can hear them, right, Charlene? Everything's cool? Guadam, thanks so much for all your patience going through there. This has just been incredible. A chance to get to meet you after all the conversations we've had on Facebook recently. You first reached out to me over a year ago when you were just starting out in this whole cyber criminal stuff to begin with. Just tell me all about this story of this little girl that got you to where you are right now, because I think that's the most incredible thing about your journey.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Leland, for inviting me on this platform. It's really my pleasure.
You're more than welcome to be here.
I'm 22 years old guy. I'm doing my master degree in digital forensic and information security. And part-time, I am the instructor at udemy.com. So Udemy is one of the online platform where you can put courses over there. So I'm having 19,000 plus students from the 160 plus countries on my Udemy. So I'm teaching to those guys about cybersecurity and digital forensic type of stuff.
So how long?
That,
I'm sorry, Golem, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just wanted to mention, because of that course, Charlene probably bought 3 of them just a minute ago. We're trying to figure out how many courses she actually ordered. The 2 ladies who were...
One copy so far.
So if you see Charlene Burke's name come up 3 times as purchasing, please return 2 of those to her, because she would love to take your course, as well as Barb Tomlin, who is a very huge Udemy fanatic. So they have both, I believe, already signed up for your Cyber Monday special on your cybersecurity course. I may do the same. So we do appreciate that. But in regards to that, I know you're teaching it now, but you taught yourself cybersecurity, did you not? What started that whole process of being self-taught in this line of work?
Yeah, great. So actually, I'm self-trained cybersecurity expert. Before, when I was around 13, 15 years old, I was not having any type of knowledge about cybersecurity. But what happened once someone hacked into my Facebook account, and then I just really frustrated, because that time I was using Facebook for around 12 to 14 hours. I daily, whenever go to school, whenever go to whatever work I do, I was using Facebook to chatting with my friends and just finding new friends. But suddenly what happened when my Facebook account got hacked, I was just, I was not having any type of tools to use to connect with my friends. So I just filed a case against that person who hacked into my Facebook account to the cybercrime cell, or you can say to the police station. But police is unable to do anything, because they don't know what is exactly the Facebook it is, how you should use this. So they was not having any type of computer forensics or investigation type of knowledge. Then what happened, as I was hopeless, I was not getting any type of response from friends. I was trying to get back on my account, but nothing was happening. So I tried to investigate that case by myself. And after that, I find out that this or that guy is hacked into my computer system, or to hack into my Facebook account. Mm-hmm. So that's how I got entered into this hacking field. And it was little bit, lot of new things was coming up, and I was more curious into the hacking. And the one thing I learned, because of the, success is the best revenge. So I learned the ethical hacking to revenge from that person who hacked into my Facebook account. So it started.
So you were kind of on a revenge mode almost, to try and get back at this person who had hacked your account and tore apart the sense of peace you had out here on the social media network. And you said, no, I'm going to get back at him for that. And look where it took you. But what's really interesting, I was reading an interview that was done with you recently, as to how you got involved with the police and how you became even better known along the lines of those in CBI, which is kind of isn't that the India's version of the FBI, you might say? It's very similar. It's the Central Bureau of Intelligence. And then you also have Interpol relations that you've made recently. What was it that struck off, that got everything in the eyes of the police departments? There was obviously something that went down that brought them to your attention, or brought you to their attention. What was it?
Yeah. So actually, when I was 16 years old, it's about 6-7 years behind, 6 years ago. So I was just one of my friend came to me, and he was telling me a story, as he did some crime. So police put that person name into their website, and he was soon going to marry as soon as possible within the time frame of 2-3 months. So he would requested to me that, Gautam, can you please remove my name from that police criminal list? And I was not having any type of fear of the police, this type of work the police do. So I just go to their police website, and after that I find some of the vulnerability. So I find out, we called it SQL injection vulnerability. So using that SQL injection vulnerability, we can be able to hack into any website. So I found that vulnerability, I can remove any type of content available on that website. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did.
So you hacked into the police department. You basically went into police department records to get this friend of yours off their records so he could be married with a clean record, correct? That's what I'm getting here. That's a pretty gutsy move to make, I think, for someone who's just starting out in criminal investigation. I can't help it. Continue.
16 years old. So I was not having any type of fear from the police. I was even not knowing what exactly the police do. So I was fearless. So I did the same, and after that, after 2-3 months, what happened? Police came to my home, and they arrested me.
They came and arrested you.
Yeah. And I was surprised why I got arrested. Why they come to my home? So after that, they show me some proofs, using this IP address, you hacked into our website and this has happened. But after some settlement, talking with my father, they give me some, like, as if you do any crime within the 6 months, you have to go to jail.
Yeah,
so
probation.
Yeah. Some type of warning, and after that they left me. So when I came to my home, my whole family was, they were just torturing me there, and even I restricted from using mobile phone, from computer system.
Oh, you couldn't touch any device.
Yeah.
Careful, he's a hacker. No, I get it. So that led you into some other stuff, though, because you were now in the eyes of the police as someone who knew how to hack, obviously. You'd gotten into their accounts. You'd wiped. Did your friend get off, by the way, or did he have his record, I would expect, had to show back up on his account after that? But with regards to where it took you then and how it expanded, wasn't there a large profile case that was on the books at the time they asked for your help? Can you tell us about what that was all about?
No, at that time they didn't ask for my help when my Facebook got hacked. I connected with the police when I was telling the same matter. I hacked into, that police website, and after that they came to my home. And when first time I got arrested, again after 3
we did it again.
Again came to my home. So again, I just was feeling fear, like, why, what I did, like, again they are coming. I restricted from the using mobile phone. I was not using any type of digital media, and again they come to my home. I was feeling fear. But at that time, when I go to police station or the headquarters of our police department, they was giving me a lot of hospitality. They are asking me about how are you. So I was a little bit fearing, like, what exactly is happening. And after 30-20 minutes of conversation, they give me some cold drinks, food, and whatever I was telling them to bring. After that, tell me that, like, we want Gautam, really we want your help. One of the girl is, we don't know about she's kidnapped or she's gone away. We need your help. We unable to find out that girl from last 3 days. We unable to crack that case. And I was surprised, like, okay, yeah, sure, I can help you. And I started the investigation. And within the 45 minutes, I able to find out the location of that girl. And the funny part was, actually, that girl police was thinking that girl may be arrested or maybe, she died or whatever they are.
Oh, kidnapped. Yeah, I think you mentioned before in another interview that the girl was assumed to be kidnapped, according to the police, right? But what was the truth of the matter?
But actually, she ran away with the boyfriend. So this was the funny part of it.
It happens a lot. But how did you manage to figure that out in 45 minutes that the police couldn't after so many days of her being missing? What was the tip-off? What was it for you to find that?
So actually, she was using Messenger that time. So what I did, I sent a, location grabbing link to that girl, and I packed up with a poster, like, as for the couples, because she ran using the psychology. I find out that maybe she was some boy. I talk with their classmates, so I find out about she's maybe with the boy. So I make design a web page. So in that web page, we are containing that there is a 60% off for the couples if they want to stay in the hotel. So I send out that link to that girl, and when see that offer, like, as there is a 60% discount offer if I stay in this hotel. So she just clicked away on this link, and whenever any victim, if any user click on any link, so I can be able to grab out the exact location of that girl or of any person. So that's how we find out the exact link or exact. You can see the exact address, and after that we reported that address to the nearest police station. So they find out that in this hotel they are staying.
So there you go. So just by following the trail that she left as to where she was clicking on discounts for hotel rooms or motel rooms, whatever it might have been, you found the exit point from the IP address that she was broadcasting from, basically. And you managed to track back to where she was hiding, really, from her parents. She hadn't been kidnapped at all. That's pretty incredible stuff. So where's it taking you from there now, Gautam? And I know you say you've connected with Interpol. And have you done any work for any of the investigative units here in the U.S.?
Not exactly. I only give training to them because they contacted me for the training only.
Gotcha.
So,
and let's talk about that. Since you brought it up, Gautam, I have a little link here I should be able to share with some people in the chat, because you were obviously interviewed, and this is big news in the newspapers in India, that you are the youngest cyber criminal investigator on the planet right now, I believe. But you have a course available on Udemy. Can you tell us a little bit about that class and what it entails and what someone could learn if they take that course?
Yeah, so currently I'm having over 6+ courses over there. So those courses are containing cybersecurity, ethical hacking, like as how you can hack into someone's computer, or even if you go to my course, you can able to crack the Windows password. So whatever password you are having, you can crack up your Windows password within 3 seconds only. So that's how we are just breaking the security of the Windows. So
that's just crazy.
Yeah. So this is the ethical hacking part, and the second teaching I'm teaching is darknet. So darknet basically not the surface internet. Right now we are using Google, but on the darknet there are websites and with the .onion extension. So we enable to browse those sites using our simple browser. So on the darknet, if you want to buy any type of illegal items like as guns, weapons, drugs, so whatever you can buy on the darknet. So there will be like a lot of people are selling. If you heard about the Silk Road, so Silk Road, basically this is the website. So on that website, the Robert Pirate, that was the guy, he was selling the weapons and drugs and all this type of stuff. So if you go to darknet, you can buy this type of stuff. So in the one course, I'm teaching that how you can go into the darknet and how you can buy this type of stuff. So even you can buy fake documents, and this is not for illegal purpose, because if you want to share your thoughts on the publicly thoughts you want to share, or if you want to share some private message to your partner, even that's how you can use the darknet. So this is the beauty of it. And the third course I'm having is the digital forensics. So it's related to the whatever investigation the police do. So it's same as I framed that course according to the latest trends of the cybercrime and how police investigate those crimes. So that's how I recorded those courses.
Very well. Charlene, do you still have a link? I was just looking for the link that we had for Udemy a minute ago, and it's lost itself up the scroll there for quite a bit, and I can't seem to dig it back up. Do you happen to have one there? I'd like to at least share it with the people.
Yeah, you can Google my
No,
name,
he's not telling me. Let me get something straight. Sorry,
wait a minute.
I just wanted to touch point on a comment that was made by Eric a second ago. Is he telling people how to buy illegal guns? No, he's not telling people how to buy them. What he's letting people know is that there is a dark net that is being utilized currently by cyber criminals to transfer stuff like drugs and weapons and things unknowingly, though everyone out there knows it's being done. And it's guys like Gautam who go out there and track these guys down and bring them to justice. So that's really why he's here.
But the beauty of it, like, is on the darknet. If you, I was telling that even you can buy guns and all this type of illegal stuff. But I'm telling you, even Interpol having their own website. So they want to track the criminals, like as who has the user behind that, who is buying. So they are having their own hosted website. So if you're going to those sites, maybe you can be taken down.
Yeah, makes sense. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So I will definitely have to go take. Go ahead, Charlie.
Well, no, I'm just saying I'm going to post the link to this course again.
Oh, thank you very much.
People know it's up there again. It's up there 2 or 3 times now.
Now, you're pretty big into the whole cyber security type thing. Charlene, do you have any questions for Gautam you'd like to ask that are on your mind?
Oh, goodness. Well, first, I welcome, Gautam. It's a pleasure to meet you. So glad that you are teaching the course and not ending up as a cellar dweller, which could be so easy to do. Then that's one reason I did not get heavy into cybersecurity. I guess one of the questions that I have is,
listening to me or just watching me right now, you don't have to buy my courses. I will provide you free coupons over there. So you should.
Did you hear that?
Leland, and I will provide free courses, free coupon links of my courses. So
hold on,
just pick me up.
Right. Leland, I got all excited when he said I didn't know.
I didn't know he was going to give it away as a guest today, so this is a surprise to me as well if he's giving away this course with a coupon to anyone that's here today. So keep that in mind. We'll have to talk to you. We'll get to you, Charlene. We'll make sure we take care of that for you. I'm sure Gautam would be happy to switch that up for you. All right. Well, this is awesome news. Right. If anyone's into that. Go ahead.
I do have a question for Gautam, and it's just a general, from the general public type of question. Is when doing cybersecurity, when accessing locked pages, is it just simply a matter of being able to access through your own computer, or do you have specialized software that helps?
Were you able to hear her, Gautam? I sure hope so.
No, actually, I am unable to hear any.
You can't hear her?
Yeah, right now.
Okay, hold on a second. That's my fault. Okay, Charlene, could you ask that question one more time?
Well, I don't know. Can you
hear her now?
Not
Oh, that's going back in your ear, isn't it? Nope, never mind. Okay, well, let's put it this way. Charlene, I'm sorry. I thought he could hear you as well. There's obviously an issue here that we have with our audio feeds going from 3 different places. We're coming to
for me.
Basically, what Charlene wants to know is there any particular types of software applications that you are utilizing, or are you just out there trace routing and pinging servers and all that kind of stuff? Can you give us an idea of what what's ethical hacker would have in their toolbox?
Yeah. So basically, most of the thing, like as essential thing, I want to tell you that which type of software tool we will use. Most of the people ask me that, like, Gautam, how you work and which type of tool you use. So my personal suggestion to them is I'm using my brain.exe. So this is the brain.exe tool. So this is the most important, because if you are not having this tool, hacking will not work.
There you go.
Another thing is there is one of the operating system, like as most of the people use Kali Linux or Windows operating system. But for the ethical hackers, we are having the Kali Linux operating system. So this is, in this operating system, this is the inbuilt with a lot of ethical hacking tools, so that we can use to hack into someone's account. So it will just used for the penetration testing.
Yeah.
But for hacking to the real environment, you should use your mind and how you are going to hack into their system. But tool only help you to just automate your work. So if you are going to do manual any type of work, it will take some hours. But if you are using tool, it will be reduce your time duration.
Now, do you have to have like a virtual private network to be able to pull a lot of this stuff off running at the time you're following others, or is it difficult as well to trace down people who are using virtual private networks as well? I hear that's the way to avoid people like you when you're out here on the web and want to get sneaky, that those VPNs will keep you hidden. Is that really the case, or are they not maybe as safe as everybody thinks they are?
Yeah, they can keep you safe, but in this scenario, if you're committing any type of crime if you're using VPN, and after that you're committing any type of crime, so that VPN is giving their own IP. So if if your law enforcement is contacting to that VPN, we want the IP address of that person, so they will openly disclose your IP address. So it's not that much secure. But yeah, in the case if you are what most people do, I'm living in India, and finally we are having fight between the India and the Pakistan. So I will use VPN of the Pakistan. So whenever my law enforcement go to Pakistan, we want the IP address of that person. So officially we are having fights, so they will not share their IP addresses.
Yeah.
So that's how we can use it.
Gotcha.
But it's not untraceable.
No, I didn't think so. And I've heard that through several different parties, that even though they're there to kind of hide your identity on the internet, they're not necessarily something that the FBI or the CBI or anyone else at Interpol couldn't trace you down with one way or the other. So, all right, well, that's great. Let me see where I'm at. Charlene, if you got any other questions, or if anyone else here in the crowd has a question, please posit it in the comment section. I'd be happy to bring it up for Gautam while he's here. But we're already down to the last 11 minutes of the broadcast today. So, Gautam, can you give us some of your better tips when it comes to being safe online when you're out there browsing the internet and doing your thing on Facebook or YouTube or whatever? What should people, or even your email, what should people really be watching out for? I mean, we have browsers that supposedly tell us when we're not safe and tell us to stay away from a website, and we can override that and go anyway, or we could open an email with a bad attachment to it. What is it nowadays that we really have to be fearful of or aware of that we keep an eye on the most right now?
Yeah, so in 3 things I want to keep my attention. The first thing is you should use a better antivirus. So your antivirus should be paid. If you are using free antivirus, it will not work as much as a paid antivirus work. The second thing is don't make same password for every account. Like as if you are using Facebook account, Gmail account, Yahoo account, so don't make same passwords. Change password. If you are going to another account, change your password. Make something different. So does sometimes work. And third thing is, whatever you are doing, like as if you are having any account, if you are having bank account, Facebook account, enable two-factor authentication in it. So if any hacker or any particular person able to know your password, even he unable to log in into your account, because when he will enter into your account, you will receive one-time password, that is the OTP. So he don't know the OTP, so how he able to log in into your account. So this is the beauty of it. So you must keep two-factor authentication activated into your any account, whatever you are using.
And if somebody, just to clarify, Gautam, before we go too far, for two-factor authorization or authentication, what he's referring to is when you log into a site. Not every site has this feature available, but many of them do now, where you would receive a text or a phone call or even an email the minute you were to try and sign on, and then that's that second chain of security that you can confirm or deny access through. And that way, the other person, like you mentioned, you're going to get the text before the other person even knows that you've seen it, and you can probably stop them in their tracks that way. So perfect advice. Well, I got one more question from the folks out there in the chat. Mr. Wonderful, otherwise known as he's like our go-to when it comes to building anything in After Effects. So Eric asks, is a Mac safer than a PC machine? And I know this question probably comes up all the time. My understanding is Macs can't get viruses as easily as PCs can. What's your take on all that?
Yeah, as compared to Windows operating system, Mac is more secure than, because what hacker focus on the maximum quantity or maximum peoples. So they think about like a lot of people are using Windows operating system. So whatever viruses or virus or malware they will make, so they will be targeting the Windows operating system more, because they are going to hack into the large community. So as per my suggestion, Mac is more secure as compared to Windows operating system.
Good deal. And that's kind of where we figured. So that's awesome advice. We do appreciate everything you've given us today, Gautam, and taking more than an hour of your time out of your day, just trying to get this thing figured out and coming here to spend some time with us and answer some questions. I would love to get you out on a private interview sometime where we can just do a nice high quality, high def broadcast together, maybe even off air, so that we can record something for prosperity's sake and get that information out there so that people know it's available. If there's anything else, there's anyone here, I'll be happy to bring them into the seats. The seats are open. So if someone wants to hop in and say hello to Gautam themselves or ask him a question personally, like I said, we'll have to maybe transfer that issue over through the audio, but everything else seems to be going pretty well. Charlene, thanks so much for all your help. I do appreciate you kind of co-hosting this today. So I'm going to just go from there, and I'm going to wrap this up. So, Charlene, I'm going to have you step out of the seat for just a minute while I close with Gautam here in the window, because then it'll go full frame. I'll see you in just a minute. We'll let you come back in just a second. So, Gautam, this has been Wake Up West Coast. It's lunchtime. It's the name of the show where I come out here and network with people around the globe. We simply sit down to talk and discuss matters at hand rather than try to sell things or just share the next good cat video on Facebook. We come out here to talk face to face about the important matters in life that matter to us. So thanks once again for coming out to the broadcast. I want to ask you to get together with me before this year's over, because I know with 2019 swinging into high gear with 5G coming up and all kinds of other components like LiWi, I'm sure you're going to be busy trying to figure out the new ways hackers are going to be breaking in the system. So what's your last parting words of advice for people out here at Get Vocal when it comes to cybersecurity? If there's anything you'd like to say it now.
I don't have any advice for the cybersecurity. The one thing is you should, keep update your whatever you are using. If you're using Windows operating system, if you're using your mobile phone, keep update it, because whenever the most of any type of patch come, any type of virus is affecting the other mobile system, your service provider is making some update about your mobile phone. So keep updated your mobile phone and stay free. And if you face any type of problem, just reach out to me at my Facebook page, at my website, or just ping me up. I will happy to help you.
And I'll leave those links afterwards in the broadcast on Facebook and YouTube so that people can find you. And your name is your website name, correct? So people can just come out to find you by name on the internet, correct?
Yeah. It's www.gautamkumar.com.
Well, there we go.
It's with my name. Yeah.
And we'll make sure everybody gets a chance to come by and see you. So I'm going to leave it at that, Guanam. Thanks again for coming in. And I'm just going to let you fall out of that broadcast. You can close that window and I'll take it from there. You have a great day, a great afternoon, and a great week. And I'll be in touch.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Guanam. All right. Good day. Okay. There we have it. That was, got all kinds of audio going on. Close out that other window, that little appearing thing we had going. And I'm probably giving you all kinds of other audio issues as we go. All right, so back to it. This is Wake Up West Coast. It's lunchtime where we just kind of hang out and do our thing whenever possible. I am Leland Best, your host, and I come out here every Monday at 12 noon Eastern, which is like 11 p.m. Pakistan right now. But we're primarily here to wake up the West Coast because we're already having our lunch and they're just getting out of bed. All right, everyone, I will see you next week. Come on by where we might talk about some other things this time that aren't anything tech related. I'm hoping to kind of get off all those conversations that we have a lot over here at Get Vocal and get a little more personal. So come on by next Monday and we'll see what happens next. Take care, everyone. Have a great afternoon.